Activities going all around here at the Swift River Playfield in Portland. And we just had the last match, the first match after the third place playoff. And the team called what? Swift River? Yeah, Swift River. Yeah, Swift River winning that third place, gone home with $30,000. I wonder if anybody else give me no money today. Well, I don't know. We have a beautiful lady beside me, Carol Ivy. Don't know she's giving away any money to me today. But it's all right. She's not hearing me now, but that's okay. But Carol, a special good day to your promotions and marketing at Carl's. How are you doing? You're looking nice, man. I know we're not seeing you on camera, but you're looking nice.
Oh, I am feeling good too. The ambience has just taken over for the day, so it's rubbing off on me.
I like the shades. I like the shades.
Oh, thank you very much.
How has it been though for today specifically?
Today has been a good day, and the sun is out in its element. For the second week we are seeing no sign of rain, so it's a good feeling because when we started out it was a bit rainy, and the persons are coming out more and more and more, and that makes us feel good. And they come by the tent and they want to know more about Cal's, and it's a good feeling. Being the title sponsors, it has surely given us a good mileage, because guess what? Not only do we know we are title sponsors, but persons can't miss us. Everywhere you look, you see the word CALS, and people want to know more about us, and it gives us the opportunity to speak to them, and that's good.
Because you said last week that you are number one, and when you go across, it's just a chance to hear what the individuals are saying, whether they're criticized or not criticized. Do you hear the criticism today, or just pure love?
Well, it has been pure love so far, but we are open for criticisms, because guess what? Like, it's the first I'm coming up to Swift River, and I've been asking persons how you get your Cal's products, because it's very rural, and I'm wondering, does the trucks come this way, or is it a smaller vehicle that coming to Swift River? So I'm yet to get some answers as to how the people manage to get Cal's product, or if they go all the way out to Obey, which is a little distance off. But if with so many persons here, I know some live on the outskirts, but it shows us that in every little nook and cranny of Jamaica, there are persons living in there, and they know about Cal's, that is for sure. They know of the products. So it's just a matter of knowing, is it available to you, and how best we can suit your needs.
And to think about it, I think you're moving in the right direction, because it's a little journey to reach up here though, and if your products are not up here, that would be a problem, because they can't find them way up here, and they know about it. So it's a good way of finding out a problem and then find a solution.
Definitely, and that's why we as promoters and salespersons overall, that is our responsibility. Yes, you have the production staff who is making the goods, and the admin persons who are in the office making sure that every day things are being done as it's supposed to be. But we are the field persons who will go out and get the answers. Ask the questions, and then we take it back and say, okay, the people up in Swift River, them can't find no Cal's ketchup, them can't get no syrup, they can't get no vinegar, they can't get no lime juice. Is there any way in which we can, get a smaller vehicle that could come down the little area inside to Swift River that could help them out, But I have not heard that so far, so it means that they must have a way to get the products.
Now, last week or week before, I made you just list out the number of products, and I'm continuing on that trend,
yes,
because I know the finals will start, the big shebang. Yes. But the fact is, we want you to list. I'm going to give you a prize if you name all Cal's products. I'm going to give you a prize. I won't tell you what the prize is, but no, this is unfair. It's unfair.
I am always prepared. Them say girl guys and scouts are always prepared. So I'm ever prepared. So I won't let you corner me. I will always be prepared.
Well, let's at the count of three. Yeah. Let me hear from Miss Ivy. 1, 2, 3.
So we have our Cal's baked bean or butter bean. Our newest product is our bottled flavored juices, which is really going good. We have Cal's mackerel, Cal's corned beef, Cal's coconut powder, Real Vibes Sparkly wine. Our syrups are Cal's tomato ketchup, Cal's water, spring water, lime juice, bag juice, I can't leave it out. Christmas coming around the bend, so we have our fruit wine, coconut powder, hot pepper sauce. I think I have done it just about there. Yes,
Broad bean, any broad bean, or anything like that?
I said baked bean and butter bean, did I? I said baked bean and butter beans first.
Okay, you beat me. What's that? I didn't hear it's a corned beef.
Oh, corned beef, cause corned beef. And guess what? You can't miss with our products because our products, as our tagline says, we're quality joins affordability. And I'm always emphasize, not because people might say it is a little bit, I don't like to use the word cheap, because it's not like you're just giving away something for nothing. Yes, the products might be a little bit less costly, but the quality is going to be up there.
Especially the ketchup, though. Especially the ketchup.
Oh, the ketchup is everybody just want the ketchup. And the bag juice, you wouldn't believe that bag drink is a sell-off. I don't think we have enough hands to make bag drink across Jamaica. So, but we just have to just try our best to see how we can satisfy our customers on a daily basis.
The voice of Carol Ivy, the beautiful Carol Ivy. You can't see her today though. It's how beautiful she is and decorated in her shades, you see.
Okay, thank you very much and happy Father's Day to all the fathers who are listening, whether you're a biological father or just a father figure who is looking after some child or the other or have a love for children. We ask you, please take care of the children because they are our future. Thank you for being a dad and thank you for taking care of your kids.
Boy, we can't end it better than that. Carol Ivy, the promotions and marketing manager here at Carl's. We catch up with you again on our journey.
All right, yes. Catch you maybe not next week, the week after.
Catch up. Later on, we're getting ready for the final coming up between Buffalo United and Port Antonio Fire. That starts at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Should it start at 2? Or will it start at 2? That's a big question.
Richard, take a catch up, myself.
Justice for catch up users.
Yeah!
Justice!
Hey! What the problem? I better catch up my water, sir. Problem solved. Chance to make the catch up. Don't follow me, look up. Don't joke with chance to make the catch up. Richer, thicker, and more affordable.
Jamaica's central bank digital currency is now here. Jamdex, no cash, no problem. Step into a future of ease, convenience, and security. Conduct business with your mobile device, instantly and without fees. This is how life should be with Jamdex. You catch it free. Jamdex are the real free. Use it to buy a stove or TV. You can buy your shoes or 3Ps. Get the central bank digital currency. No cash, no problem. Jamdex, backed by the Bank of Jamaica.
The Social Development Commission leads the charge in community development. We mobilize and organize community groups. We produce high-quality community data. We empower community groups to grow their businesses. We improve the quality of life of our citizens. The Social Development Commission, building communities, building Jamaica.
Ray and Nephew, the official spirit of Jamaica 68.
As Jamaicans, something special about we different from everybody else.
We take pride in the things we do.
We know how to make something out of nothing. And about a test whip on the track.
Cause you know we are get a clean sweep.
Cause I feel we culture this.
From 1962 till now.
Jamaica 60 spirit.
Celebrate with Rero, the official spirit of Jamaica 68. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Richard, take a catch up, myself.
Justice for catch up users.
Yeah!
Justice!
Hey! What the problem? I better catch up my water, sir. Problem solved. Chance to make the catch up. Don't follow me, look up. Don't joke with chance to make the catch up. Richer, thicker, and more affordable.
Win. Win a wish. And Nigel alone I win things, brother. Yo, this will go, no, you're carrying that today here. Oh, you have rum, man. Can't get German.
Carrying on. We're not carrying nothing, you know. Faster, we're faster. We're not carrying back nothing, you know. We're not carrying back anything. Eh? Because when you pack in the 2 bag there, where you say you give me. I can't hold nobody when I see it. I 2 little bag them where you say you give me yesterday. And the computer alone. And the camera box. Full of truck with the tripod.
Another year or 2. You're supposed to buy a bus. Go on, one of them little things that like what you say,
Well, this is the final of the Portland Parish. This is what we actually journeyed down for. Yes, the third place was there, but not necessarily. Swift River getting that third place. So Port Antonio Fire, they won the toss and elected to bat. Robert Weir, the captain, he'll be facing up. Donegan on the non-strikers end. The battle between two teams will walk away with $60,000 or $120,000. This is the grand finale in the parish of Portland. Patrons are out here at Swift River Complex, Sports Complex. Shot, Weir pulls it behind square for SDC 4. Starting off with a bang, Captain Weir. This is the final of Portland. So bowling to the right-hander. Weir played the ball on the offside, going through for one, went on the back foot. They thought of a second, but one more run to the tally. 5 without loss. Right and left combination. Robert Weir with a lot of experience under his belt. They may start as the favourites, Port Antonio Fire. A change in the field for the left-hander. Umpire Patterson now standing at the southern end. Donegan just allowing that ball to go through to the wicket-keeper. But wide signalled by umpire Patterson. So 6 without loss. That's Port Antonio Fire. Donegan facing up, going back, playing the ball on the outside defensively. Thought of a single, but it was not there. So 6 without loss. This is the final of Portland. Port Antonio Fire up against Buff Bay United. Port Antonio Fire winning the toss and electing to bat. Donegan facing up, shot. Oh, played the ball back down to his feet with a bit of a pace on that. Port Antonio, they're confident, and they looked confident earlier on. Facing is Donegan. Oh, it popped up off the handle, and he should be gone. He should be gone. That's the first wicket to go. Donegan goes in the first slip area. So Donegan goes for a duck. 6 for 1 on the cards. Port Antonio Fire winning the toss and deciding to bat. Donegan goes for a duck. And the Port Antonio, they're not in a spot of bother just yet, though. Oh, the bit of bounce on that delivery. Henry is a new batsman. Henry facing up though. And we're just having a word with him in the blue helmet. Right and left combination starting for Port Antonio Fire. However, they were burnt with that opening partnership as only 6 runs for the opening stand between Weir and Donegan. Now Henry will be facing up. Shot, pulling with it, and the man at Midan moving to his right. They thought he could have actually dived forward to take the catch. He was deep, and one more run to the total. 7 for 1 at the end of the first over. So Port Antonio Fire, 7 for 1. Henry pulling that delivery, short delivery, bowled. They live to fight another day. The patrons are here enjoying the music, enjoying the cricket, enjoying the aroma at Swift River Sports Complex. And the aroma filled with a lot of things, ketchup and spirit. So Jolly, the bowler. Yorker left delivery, turn it to a full toss, punching to the offside. They go through for a single off the bat of Henry. Score now moved to 8 for 1 in the second over. Roper bowling from the northern end. And umpire Turner. We bowling to Weir. One slip. Short third man, back with a point. There's Roper to Weir. Outside the off stop. Kept a bit low. We're being very watchful. So there's a man behind square. Man at mid wicket. Mid on. Long off. Roper. Oh, punching is rare. There's a sweep on the boundary. They go through for 1. And only 1. 9 for 1. In the second over. Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. They have lost the wicket of Donegan for a duck. Roper continues. Oh, bowling to Henry, swinging the ball. It's in the air. Will it be caught? They're going back. It's gone through the fielder's hands. It's gone through the fielder's hands. It was a mid-on. He backpedaled, went right under it. It went into his grasp and popped back out. And Henry lives to fight another day. Running 2 runs, 11 for 1. Henry for Port Antonio Fire. This is the final in Portland. Parish final SDC Carl's National Community T20 Cricket. Here at Swift River. Henry living dangerously. The fielder mid-on backpedaled, went right under it. Because Roper once again, trying to cut that delivery, but more so cut it in the ground. Henry did not handle that delivery well. Bottom half of the bat, a dot delivery from Roper. This is the final on Portland. Swift River flowing this afternoon. Roper once again to Henry. Full, swatting up that delivery more so than cutting. And that's a dot delivery. 11 for 1 Fire in over number 2. That's Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. They've lost the wicket of Donegan for a duck. The wrapping on the fielder shirt has been attended to. Where are we facing up? The bowling coming from the southern end at Swift River. So Jolly is second over. So Jolly from the southern end. Rolling to where there's a slip, there is a third man. Back with a point. A sweep on the boundary, extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, mid-wicket, and man a square leg. In the meantime, Jolly bowling to Weir, shot, and cutting was Weir, but playing over that delivery. Here once again, Jolly bowling to Weir. Outside the off stump and Singleton wide. So 12 on the board. We're in the third over, 12 for 1. One more extra to the total. Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat at 12 for 1. Jolly once again. To the edge, went through for 1, and 1 they'll get. So it's moved to 14 for 1. It should have been 13 for 1 a while ago with the wide. So 14 for 1. In the third over, Port Antonio Fire winning the toss and electing to bat. Here once again, Jolly. Oh, ball him! Stumps reeling like cartwheel. Henry is bowled by Jolly, his second wicket of the match. So 14 for 2 in the third over. Port Antonio Fire is in a spot of bother. What a delivery from Jolly. He's taken 2 wickets so far in this matchup. So 2 wickets gone. Port Antonio Fire win the toss and electing to field. Or electing to bat, pardon me, Port Antonio Fire. Here's Jolly once again through the new batter. Outside the off stump. That delivery. A bit of pace though. Buff Bay United. Jolly has taken 2 wickets so far in this parish final. We're in the parish of Portland for this final. SDC Cals National Community T20 Cricket. Jolly. Oh, punching through the covers, backward a point, moving to his right, diving, preventing a boundary, and the batsman they cross for a single. 15 for 2. Where was looking on the pitch. Two slips being put in for Jolly. Bowling to the right hander, punching through the covers, brilliantly done into the boundary for SDC 4. That was well executed and very well timed by this young batter, right-hander Weir. 4 more runs to the total, 19 for 2. We're in the 3rd over. It's SDC 4 on the cards. Jolly shot. We're pulling edge. It's in the air, but it falls close to the boundary. The fine leg region, they go through for 1. They come back for the 2nd. 2 more runs to the total. 21 for 2. End of the 3rd over. We get the official score very soon. Unofficial score says 21 for 2. This is the Portland final. Parish final on the cards. And the semi-finals last week. We had the 3rd place. That was the first match of 2. So Roper continuing from the northern end. The 21 for 2 is the correct score. So Roper bowling. Full toss, he's bowled him! He's bowled him! Marshall goes with a full toss from Roper from the northern end, and Port Antonio Fire. They've turned themselves because they're being burnt, and right now they're 21 for 3 at the start of over number 4. Marshall goes. Donegan, Henry, and Marshall, the wickets to have fallen so far. The Port Antonio Fire. They won the toss. They elected to bat. So Roper will be continuing from the northern end.
This one is very direct. So let us try to find a pair here.
So the new batter coming in. Replacing Marshall was bowled all ends up. Joined Weir, is captain at the crease. Roper will be continuing from the northern end. And Port Antonio Fire in this final. So Earl is a new batsman. Roper will be continuing from the northern end. So the 3 wickets to have gone: Donegan a duck, Henry 4, and Marshall 1. So Earl is not the Duke though. And playing the ball on the outside. Coming forward was Earl. Coming pretty confident. While he did that though, the bails fell off. He was not close to the stumps. If he was though, they would have appealed. So Weir, the captain, having a word with Earl after they faced that first delivery from Roper, who removed Marshall with stumps flying left and right. So Buff Bay United, they're in the field, and they have up the ante with the bowling pair of Roper and Jolly. Roper continuing, punching through the offside. Extra cover, rolling to his left, while the sweeper coming off the boundary. So one more run to the total. 22 runs on the board, 22 for 3. We're in the 4th over of this matchup. The captain Weir will be facing to the bowling of Roper. So backward point. There is a short third man. Man backward of square. Mid wicket. Deep mid on. And long off. Extra cover, backward point. Roper once more, full delivery, and punch it down the ground into the stumps. Well, there's no hand on the ball, so everyone was safe, and the batsmen, they go through for a single. 23 on the board, 23 for 3 in the 4th over. So whether by the bowler, whether by the batsman, whether by the fielder, the stumps is flying left, right, and center. Roper continuing, bowling to Earl. A huge crowd inside of Swift River. Here once again, Roper. Coming forward, turn the ball on the onside to go through for a quick single. And a chance for a run out though. And I thought though Earl was out of his ground from my vantage point, was going toward the non-striker's end, the danger area. The throw was made, but now the umpire's having a word with him about running on the pitch. Has to be careful on that. When he played the ball in the mid-wicket region, the fielder had to move to his left and in one motion took the ball up and threw to the non-striker's end, missed all ends up. One more run to the tally. 24 for 3. And we are swinging the ball down the ground and bouncing in front of the man at long off who was running in and stopped. He was running in and stopped. He apologizes and then watch the ball bounce right in front of him. He's holding his head and going back to the long off position. That completes the 4th over. 25 for 3. Port Antonio Fire, after winning the toss and electing to bat in this SDC T20 or Cal's National Community T20 Parish Final in Portland between Port Antonio Fire and Buffalo United. 25 for 3 Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. We're living dangerously. They've lost the wicket of Donegan for a duck, Henry 4-4 and Marshall for 1. So in any case, I'm checking to see though if Jolly will be continuing. Has been bowling well this end. Has taken 2 wickets so far. So I'm looking around though. Here's Jolly bowling to Weir. Weir advances and driving. It can't be the cover cordon. Extra cover was there. So no run scored from that delivery. Looking on the field though. Near the power play, only 2 permitted outside the circle. There is a long off. Bowling to the Weir outside the off stop, playing over that delivery, but a wide is called by the umpire. So 26 for 3. We're in over 5. So the 2 fielders out of the circle is a sweeper on the boundary and the man at long off. Everybody else inside the circle. Here once again. Jolly bowling to Weir, playing the ball on the offside. Thought of a single. No run scored. The fielders pounce upon it. It's a strong offside field though, to be honest. There is a sweeper. However, while you're having a sweeper, there's a man at third man, short third man, backward point. There's another fielder in the cover region and extra cover. It's a strong offside field, about 5 or 6. Bowling to the right hander. We're trying to turn on the onside, beat to the man at mid-wicket. They go through for a quick single. Beating the man at mid-wicket. Bounced awkward over his left hand. And another run to the total, 27 for 3. Mid-on had to do the garbage work. Jolly bowling his 3rd over. Earl having 2 runs under his belt. So we're at the non-strikers end. Earl, he's on 2. Oh, punching down the ground. Extra cover comes across to his right. No run scored. Another dot delivery. So Jolly once again bowling. Oh, that kept low. Bowling to Earl. That kept low, almost a crawler with some pace. That's a dot delivery nevertheless. Scoreline sends at 27 for 3 in the 5th over. Jolly. Oh, full toss. And that was close to a no ball. And I'm looking on the umpire though. No signal made. If it was over the waist, it would have been a no ball. But it was just on the waist, that's going to be honest. So 28 for 3 at the end of the 5th over. Port Antonio Fire winning the toss and electing to bat. As we are seeing that we are change in the bowling, or will it be Roper to continue? Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, whether biological or not.
Alright, so I can safely say that Portland outdo Westmoreland in crowd support.
Here comes Roper. Full delivery, hits on the pad, appeal for leg before. And Earl in 6 and 7 was looking on the leg side though. For what reason, I don't know. The ball was pitched or so on the pads or just outside the off stump. Was trying to turn it on the leg side. Came across. Umpire says he's not out. Roper once again bowling the 6th over of the innings. Punching the ball on the onside mid wicket, moving to his left. No run scored from that delivery. So the score stands at 28 for 3 in over number 6. Port Antonio Fire, they won the toss and elected to bat. And bat they're doing at the present time through Earl. Earl facing up and swings the ball over mid-wicket region. They go through for 1. They come back for the 2nd. The mid-on fielder had to move to his right. And they go through for 2. So 30 for 3 in the 6th over. So the long off and a sweeper. Those are the 2 men outside the 30-yard circle. Earl looks on. Roper once again bowling to Earl. He's on the pad and appeal for leg before. Hit on the front pad. Again, trying to play on the onside. If you look on the offside field, though, to be honest, there's a long off, extra cover, a deep extra cover, back with a point, a short third man, and now the long off being brought in the circle, and the man at square leg brought out of the circle. Sweeper still on the boundary. On the outside. Here's Roper once again. Bowling. Full length delivery and clipping off the pads. And go beyond square for an SDC 4. 34 for 3. Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. 34 runs on the card. Earl looking on again to the bowling of Roper. Shot outside the off stump. Goes through to the wicket keeper. 34 for 3 at the end of the 6th over. Port Antonio Fire winning the toss and electing to bat. Starting strong, Port Antonio Fire. So there's going to be a bowling change. Both Roper and Jolly have bowled three overs on the trot. I think spin will be brought in. Two batsmen, I think they're taking off their helmets. But more so Weir is removing his helmet. Weir has removed his helmet. And spin has been brought in. Buff Bay United in the field. Port Antonio Fire batting after winning the toss. 34 for 5 at the end of 6. Not great goings in terms of run rate. But what's on the board is on the board, so says Mr. Herdsman, formerly of Lucas. Past few years ago. Bumpy they call him actually. Spin brought in to Weir. And I've been told about this individual who can turn the ball. So Llewell. The spinner. Kept low. We are punching through the covers. But there's a sweep on the boundary. They only get one. So Llewell bowling his first over. 35 on the board. 35 for 3. So Llewell from the southern end. Left arm spinner. Playing forward was Earl, defensively on the offside. Watchful is Earl to the deliveries bowled by Llewell. Here's Llewell once again. Quick delivery. Played by Earl, defensively on the offside. Kept a bit low though, to be honest, just a bit. He's pushing them through. We are in the 7th over of the innings. Been bowled by Buff Bay United. Port Antonio Fire, they won the toss and electing to bat. Llewell push it through, swinging on the leg side, on to find the man at square leg. Wow, I thought it would have shot to the boundary for SDC 4, or there's a square leg. I went right to him. Clipping off the legs was Earl. Facing up once again to Llewell. Punching down the ground. Fielder coming off the long on fielder or boundary and can't prevent the single. So one more run to the total. 36 for 3 in the 7th over. That signals 36 for 3 at the end of 7. Port Antonio Fire not going great guns at all. 36 for 3. So as we look now the bowling change. A double change. They moved Jolly. Now Roper is also been taken off after bowling 3 overs. Taking 1 wicket while Jolly has taken 2 wickets. So waiting on the name of the new bowler. So Ball, the new bowler, the fourth bowler being used by Buff Bay. Ball bowling to Earl, going back and cutting, and can't beat the man at the point, backward point region. Using his right leg, right boot to stop it. One more run to the total at the start of the 8th over. 37 on the board, 37 for 3. Here's Ball once again. He'll be bowling to Captain Weir. Short outside the off stump. No signal from the umpire. Here's Ball again. Flighted, driving. The sweeper is there at the boundary. As Weir made that into a full toss, stepping forward, stretching, and playing that in the cover corner, right to the sweeper on the boundary. One more run to the total, 38 for 3. The ball once again, bowling to Earl. Outside the off stump and run the ball down to the third man region. Backward point moving to his left. And one they'll get, and one it is. 39 for 3. There's Ball. Bowling to Weir. This is a Portland final, a parish final. Flighted, coming forward is Weir. Popping off the top of his bat on the offside. No centimeter off. So as the umpire is pointing out something though for the batsman to do some guarding work. The 39 for 3. Here once again is Ball. Bowling to Weir. Coming forward, swinging the ball on the leg side. Into the trees for Ray and Nevis 6. Break out the bar, break out the glass, break out the ice. It's Ray and Nevis time. Ray and Nevis 6 off the bat of Captain Weir. So it's now 45 for 3 at the end of over 8. Swinging the ball down to the square leg region for 6. The 45 for 3 at the end of the 8th over. Port Antonio Fire winning the toss and electing to bat. And bat they're doing at the present time. Will get another chance, second over. Yeah. Bowled good in his first. Push the ball through. Seem like you will, Llewell. Swift River is a nice community. Left arm spinner, Llewell. Bowling to Earl. Outside the off stump, a dot delivery. So we're at the start of over 9. There's Llewell once again. He'll be bowling to Earl. Tickle it fine on the leg side. They go through for 1. And 1 is all they'll get. And we are diving to that end. So 1 more run to the total. In the 9th over, 46 on the board, 46 for 3. So we're tapping away at the crease. Going into the right-hander, trying to turn it on the onside. But the bowler Llewell is moving to his right after Weir played that shot. Llewell continuing from the southern end. Coming forward was Weir. And that delivery. Did not pick up the line of that delivery, I thought, though, Weir.
Talking about the love doctor. He's out.
Flighted to a full toss, punched to the man. Into the boundary for 4. I spoke easily. The long off fielder, I thought he had it covered, but went wide, went to his left, and went into the boundary for SDC 4. 50 runs on the board, 50 for 3. That's Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. That was well executed from Weir. Here's Louis once again to Weir. Going back and punching. Oh, the field of extra cover. Diving to his left. Preventing a boundary. But he couldn't stop the single. 51 for 3 at the end of the 9th over. Port Antonio Fire. So 51 for 3 at the end of over number 9. Port Antonio Fire winning the toss and electing to bat. As we see ball continuing from the Northern in his second over. He'll be bowling to Weir. Not explosive innings at all from Weir or Earl. Well, they're building nevertheless. 51 for 3. Trying to pull on the next side was Weir. Missed all ends up. And half-hearted appeal. So once again, ball. Quicker delivery, trying to cut on the outside. Short third man, back with a point. Sweep on the boundary. There's extra cover. Ball into the right hander with a bit of bounce. Beating the man at the short third man region into the boundary for 4 to his right for an SDC 4. 55 runs on the board, unofficial score for 3. That's Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat in this glorious Sunday afternoon, Father's Day. A beautiful day of the year, which many may say is not necessarily appreciated by everyone in the world. But hey, if you're a father, appreciate yourself. 55 for 3 in the 10th over. Port Antonio Fire. Ball bowling again. His second over on the trot. Bowling to Weir. Bowling to Weir. Quicker delivery and guiding that to the third man region. The field is wide and it goes into the boundary for 4. For SEC 4. It got into the boundary for the SDC 4. The fielder never realized it, though, to be honest, because it actually hit the ropes when his back was turned towards it and came off. It had to be done by persons under the tent. So 4 more runs to the total, 59 on the board for 3. And SDC 4 on the cards.
The score reads 59.
Here's ball once again to Weir. Coming forward. Play the ball offensively. Backward point is way off. Is deep. And had to do some running coming in. But nevertheless, the single's taken. 60. 60 for 3. So 60 for 3 I have. Let's see if it will change. Well, the PA system says 59. But hey, the one delivered to go to complete the 10th over of the innings. Ball bowling to Earl. Going forward defensively. That closes out the 10th over. 10 overs completed. 60 for 3 at the end of the 10th over. It's now time for the Cards water break. But Port Antonio Far, after winning the toss and electing to bat their 60 for 3 at the end of 10, Weir is unbeaten, Earl is unbeaten, wickets to go Donegan, Duck, Henry 4 and Marshall 1. We're not gone just yet. More action to come in this SDC Cards National Community T20 Cricket Parish Final between Port Antonio Far and Buff Bay United. So as the Cards water break is happening, just to give you a rundown on the scores, Port Antonio 5, just making sure though with the scorers, Weir is unbeaten on 37 and Earl is with him on 13. Wickets to have gone so far, Donegan for Duck, Henry for 4 and Marshall for 1. This is Port Antonio 5 after winning the toss and electing to bat. They'll, at the end of 10 overs, they're 60 for 3. End of 10, 60 for 3. In the bowling department for Buff Bay United in this parish final, well, Roper has so far taken 1 for 14 from 3 overs, while Jolly has taken 2 for 21 from 3. So that's action here happening at Swift River in Portland. It's a Portland parish final between Port Antonio Far and Buff Bay United. Don't go anywhere. Action resumes in a very short while. So level. Lowell, pardon me, will be bowling to the captain, Weir. He's on 37. Coming forward though, hitting in a half of the bat. They go through for a single. Man a square leg coming in, trying to prevent the single. So one more run to the total. 6-1 for 3. A single to start off the 11th over of the innings. So Newell voting to the right-hander Earl. That's looking on the field. Newell. Punch the ball only to find the man at long off. So one more run to the total. So 6-2 on the board. 6-2 for 3. As Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. Newell bowling to Weir, coming forward, punching only to find the man at extra cover. Misfield, and they thought about the single, but the thought has not come to a reality because of quick movement by Newell. Hit the extra cover fielder, most in the presence of Newell, and when the non-striker Earl saw that, he scampered back to his crease. Newell once again bowling to Weir, going back. That was pretty low. Find the man at the sweeper position again between point and extra cover, and they go through for 1. 6-3 for 3. Newell again. Earl looking on, trying to swing it in front of square. They go through for 1, and 1 is all they'll get. And they did not take out the ball, so the batsman, they came back for the second. Both were talking. The ball had stopped, and the batsmen, they stopped. But they were just talking, and the batsman realized they had not taken out the ball. So they go through for another single, so that's 2. 6-5 for 3. So sloppy fielding by Buff Bay United. So Newell again, bowling to Earl. The man at deep mid-wicket. Coming forward, and I thought he hit the pad more so than anything else. And that's the end of the over. 65 for 3 at over number 11. That's Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. 65 for 3, Port Antonio Fire. Weir and Earl at the crease. Earl has moved on to 15. Weir stood on 37. So will ball continue? That's a big question. Yes, he will. Rolling 3 overs on the trot. So too, Newell has bowled 3 overs on the trot as Johnny and Roper. So Newell bowling to Weir.
Yes, indeed. So now with Miss Nikisha Alexander.
We're searching for his half century.
Promotions officer at Lasco Financial Services. Good afternoon, Nikisha, Miss Alexander.
Spin all around.
Yes, indeed. I just have 2 questions for you. I've been hearing a lot about this Lasco Gold Visa card. Can you tell me a little more about it?
So we're set as well. Bowling hit the top edge and it goes over the wicket keeper. It was pretty close. The third man region, and the ball is picked up only 3 yards from the rope inside. And the batsman, they cross for 2. 2 more runs to the tally. The start of the 12th over. 6-7 on the board. 6-7 for 3. Was not in control of that shot. I tried to cut play that over that delivery from Baugh. Was Weir. He pushed that through though, to be honest.
So today we're doing sign up on the spot, so you can come to us.
Quick delivery. Hitting the bottom half of the bat, dragging it to the deep mid-wicket region. They go through for one, and one they'll get. 6-8 on the board. 6-8 for 3. Ball rolling to Earl, coming forward, punching, and he's gone. Mid-wicket moving to his left, taking the catch easily. And the 4th wicket to go down for Port Antonio Fire. The score stands at 6-8. Earl goes 6-8 for 4 in the 12th over. Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. It's the SDC Cards National Communities T20 Cricket. This is the parish final in Portland. So here at Swift River, the parish final between Port Antonio Fire and Buff Bay United. So this is the grand finale in the parish for 2023 SDC. The winner will go on to go into the nationals. So you have 14 teams, because you have 14 districts, whether from Manchester, whether for whichever parish it is, for 14. And then those 14 winners will go on to the national, but then they'll get 2 more. Oh, those 2 will be decided. I can't tell you I don't know, but I can tell you I know. The communities or district with the most teams, they automatically get that spot. So if Portland has the most teams entered, that 4 teams, or St. Catherine have 16 or 18 teams entered, they will get that automatic spot in that national round. So Rudolph Brown is a new batsman. Brown is a new batter. So partnership of 47 between Earl and Weir. Six to 8 for 4. Ball rolling to the new batsman, Brown. Going back, hit on the pad though, he has to be careful. So once again, ball from the northern end. He'll be bowling to Brown. The new batter coming in, replacing Earl. Flighted, ball punch down the ground. Gone, gone, gone. For Ray and Nephew 6. Off the bat of Brown. He means business. He's off the mark with a gigantic 6 down the ground. The fielder at the long off boundary did not even attempt to look at where the ball was going, because he knew he had no chance at all to take the catch. Brown is off the mark. He's on 6. And the score has moved on to now 74 for 4 in over number 12.
Celebrate Jamaica's independence with Ray and Nephew White Overproof Rum, the official spirit of Jamaica 60th. For a limited time only, connect with your roots by securing...
Support Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. They're 74 for 4 in the 12th over. That was a ferocious shot off the bat of Brown. Straight down the ground. Will that ball be found? Now it was hit by Mr. Brown. So there's a ball. So that was the end of the over, though, to be honest. The 12th over, 74 for 4. So we're getting ready now for the 13th over of the innings. And it will be Newell, his 4th over on the trot. He'll be bowling to the captain Weir. For 74 for 4. After 12. Here is 12's Newell bowling to Weir with the helmet on. Swinging the ball down the ground. The fielder comes across and can't prevent it. One bounce into the ropes for an SDC 4 off the bat of Weir. Straight down the ground. The long on fielder was darting to his left but could not prevent the ball. Could not take the catch. It's 4 more runs to the tally. 78 for 4. Weir means business.
Just remind you again of the SDC.
Missiles all around.
That you are not liable for any injury or damage that might be done to personal property.
Rolling to the right side, the appeal for caught behind. And he goes. Where goes? After he played the earlier delivery from Newell down the ground for 4. Playing that delivery outside the off stump was caught behind by the wicket keeper. And the 5th wicket to go. Well, the score stands at 78 for 5 in over 13. Port Antonio Fire was just blazing a short while ago before the blaze has been extinguished. This by Newell. But nevertheless, still more batters to come, still more overs to be bowled, and still more action to come in this parish final in Portland at the SDC Cars National Community T20 Cricket. Oh, this is beautiful happening at Swift River. Newell final over, getting a wicket.
Remember to get your watermelon $150 a pound, your pineapple $200 a pound, and your jerk chicken $600 a quarter. Check that counts.
So Roydell Weir now in. Yeah, Robert and Roydell. And Robert Weir is the captain. Roydell, his brother, is now at the crease. Newell bowling to his brother. His second delivery to his brother. Weir returning it just behind square. They go through for 1. And 1 they'll get. A delicate touch behind the square. Well timed. 1 more run to the tally. So look, the bowler or the batsman taking his guard. That's Brown. You hammered the ball down the ground for 6 earlier on. Coming off the mark. Newell bowling to Brown. Brown going back and trying to punch him down the ground. Mid wicket coming across to his left, preventing a single. He played the ball down in the pitch though. There's Newell once again. Oh, going back. Oh, I thought the bails would have been removed. I thought the stumps would have been shattered. But it's going back to that delivery, which was pushed through with some speed. But 79 for 5 at the end of over 13. Newell has bowled his 4 overs. Will be ball again to bowl his 4th. We're heading into the 14th over of the innings. Port Antonio Fire, they won the toss and elected to bat. They have lost 5 wickets. Weir, Donegan, Henry, Marshall, and Earl. You have Brown and Weir. Port Antonio Fire. We see a fireman in the house. He representing Port Antonio. And we're just looking around though. Looking on the field. There's a bowling change. 79 for 5. I'll tell you who the bowler is in a very short while. Bowling to where? Brissett is a new bowler. Carl Brissett. And turned off the pads to the square leg region for a single. As we're ticking over the scoreline, 80 for 5. Flighted delivery going back, and he's bowled. He's bowled. He never learned from the delivery he faced before. That's Brown. He had never learned from the delivery how the pitch was playing, keeping low and coming through. He went back to another spinner, and this time going back to Brissett, and he has to go. The 6th wicket to go, 80 for 6 in the 14th over. The delivery he plays from Newell. Newell pushed it through, and he could have easily been bowled playing back on that delivery, keeping low, and another spinner going back at the delivery and kept low, and he's gone. He's gone, gone, gone. So Brown is gone. Where is there? 80 for 6. A lot of movements happening in the field for Buffalo United. $120,000 up for grabs to win the parish. $60,000 for placing second. And we saw earlier on Swift River winning $30,000 for winning that third place game. Brissett. Trying to cut, can't beat the man up back with a point. $80 for 6. Punching on the in the covers. Oh, the throw at the striker's end. So Paul Phipps at the crease. Phipps going and cutting well. On to find the sweeper, he's off the mark. Get one. 81 for 6. So Ware and Phipps at the crease for Port Antonio Fire. They might be burning up anything. Watch for themselves. Chipping over mid-wicket. There is a man at deep mid-wicket. That's there. Collect on the bounce. And just one more run to the total. So 82 runs on the board. 82 for 6 at the end of over 14. So Port Antonio Fire, they won the toss and elected to bat. However, they have lost the wicket of Weir, Donegan, Henry, Marshall, Earl, and Brown. They've lost 6 wickets so far in this matchup. have to be a bowling change. So Ranjay Hill is a new bowler for Buff Bay. A young man. Hill will be bowling to Weir. Being stopped by the umpire. Taps away at the crease. So there's a short third man. Back with a point. Fly to delivery. Punch it. Oh! Right to his grasp. Return catch being spilled by Hill. And Hill. Weir. That was hit hard. Ferociously hard. This by Weir. That's an opportunity though. Hill once again bowling to Weir. Outside the off stump. That's a dot delivery. 2 dot deliveries though, to be honest. We are in the 15th over of the innings. Port Antonio Fire winning the toss and electing to bat. Bowling to Weir once again and try to turn on the leg side. There's a mid-wicket there though. Trying to go square. And the square leg is deep. Outside the off stump, peeling off the outer half of the bat. They go close to the third man region. They go through for 1. And 1 they'll get. So 1 more run to the total. 83 for 6. So Phipps, we're facing up. That's the Hill from the southern end. Port Antonio Fire, 83 for 6. Fly to delivery, ball popped up in the air. Going and going and going and going and going and going. Behind me for a Ray and a Neville 6. Oh my word. That was it high and hard off the bat of Phipps. So another 6 to the cards. 89 runs on the board. 89 for 6. So they're looking for the ball behind us. Some persons here were taking cover. $89 runs on the board for 6. After a rare never 6. Hill once more, and the ball punched down the ground. Another 6. Oh my word! Another rare nephew 6 off the bat of Phipps. So 95 for 6 at the end of over 15. Explosive happenings here at the Swift River. Off the bat of Phipps, he means business. 95 for 6. Another rare never 6. Can you call out the bar? Seems like we're in for a spiritual time for the next 4 overs. So balls all over. Play the ball on the offside. He'll go through for 1. Well done by Weir. Well placement by Weir. Wide of the man at long off. They go through for 1 to start the 16th over. 96 runs on the board. 96 for 6. Phipps facing up. Oh, he swung at that delivery. He has hit 2 sixes before. He's come out here not to play around. Let me get my glass. Because if I know what I know, let's just see. Flighted and cutting the ball on the offside. And they go through for one. The field was spread. The field was wide. The field was deep. So one more run to the total. 97 on the board. 97 for 6.
So 97 runs on the board.
97 for 6. Brissett. Flighted. Ball played through the covers. Extra cover diving to his right, long off moving to his left. And one more run to the total. He came off the boundary, the long off fielder. So one more run to the total. 98 runs on the board. In over 16. Brissett. Bowling to Phipps. Try to pull the ball on the next side. A quicker delivery from Brissett. Has a lot of experience under his belt. Saw his intention and is not actually flighting the ball. Is pushing it through. Well, the difference between Phipps and Brown. Brown was playing back to the spin. Phipps is just attacking. Keeping low. Punching through the man at mid-wicket. They go through for one. One they'll get. Deep in the mid-wicket is there. And one more run to the total. 99 for 6. At the end of over 16, Port Antonio Fire at 99 for 6. So we're looking around, and I have to see now who's coming in. A new bowler. Hill.
It is 99 over 6 and we're in over number 17.
So 17th over being bowled. Ball peeling off the outer half of the bat. The man settled under it and takes a catch. Phipps goes 99 for 7. Peeling on the outer half down to the third man region. The fielder moved to his right and took the catch. Phipps has to go 99 for 7 at the start of over 17. Port Antonio Fire, they're in a spot of bother. Support is here in the house, all over the ground. We have been to Boscobel St. Mary. We have been to Westmoreland. We have been to Manchester. Well, this right here in Portland, so Roper. So 99 for 7, Roper. Bowling from the southern end. And bowling to the right hand, the new batsman coming in, turning on the square. They go through for one. And one they'll get. So one more run to the total. They've gone to three figures. 100 for 7. That's Port Antonio Fire. 100 for 7. Saropo. We took 1 for 14 from 3 overs. This is final over. No, it's taken another wicket. The ball hits square off the bat of Weir. They go through for 1. 1 is all they get. 101 for 7. We're in the 17th over of the innings. Port Antonio. Fire. A new batter. I'll tell you who it is in a very short while. There's Roper once again. Turning off the pads behind square. They go through for 1. Feeling is pretty close though. Will save the boundary. Yes, he does. In the meantime, the batsman, they cross for the second. So 2 runs to the total. 103 on the board. Unofficial score for 7. We're in the 17th over of the innings. Port Antonio Fire. They won the toss and elected to bat. They haven't actually shown that so far. We saw 2 explosive sixes from Phipps. Was gone back to the pavilion. Also Weir was there. Bowling to the right-hander. Punch the ball off the bowler though. Was lying down on the wicket. So 1 run to the total. 104 for 7. Let's see what Roper can do. Remember, it's his final over. Oh, swinging the ball where? Using the aerial route. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. It's a rare Neville 6. It's a rare Neville 6. He came off the ground and took the catch, but it's a rare Neville 6 on the bat of Weir. Off the bat of Weir. 110 runs on the board at the end of over 17 for 7. That's Port Antonio Fire. That was hit in the deep mid-wicket region. The fielder went under it, took the catch, but he was off the field and he signaled to the umpires that indeed it was a 6. Good sportsmanship from Buff Bay United.
Remember also the Rainview meal, class of Rainview and bottle of tea costs only $1,200 Jamaican dollars at the SDC.
So just awaiting to the movements in the field. Brissett will be continuing. At the northern end. Flat. Punch the ball. Can't be the man in extra cover. Trying to pull him on the leg side. However, they've gone through for a single. Eventually. So Bordy at the wicket. Just got his single. He's at non-striker's end. Oh, bowling to the right-hander. Weir. That kept low. That delivery from Brissett. He pushed it through. This is the 18th over of the innings. Port Antonio fired. They won the toss and elected to bat. Flighted. Weir punched down the ground. The fielder is there, but he beats him. The long-on fielder came forward. There was a spin on it. It dropped just in front of him and turned away and went into the boundary for an SDC 4. That was sloppy. That was indeed sloppy. Weir gets a boundary, an SDC boundary, and the total now moves 115. We are in the 18th over. So, because of Father's Day today, there are some giveaways from the sponsors, respective sponsors in the house. We've spoken to Cal's, spoken to Jamdex. Wonder what kind of giveaway Jamdex has. They're all about money. This is the 18th over being bowled. So the shot made. They go through for one. They come back for the second. 2 more runs to the total. Looking for the signal from the umpire. No signal at all. So 117 for 7 in the 18th over. There's Brissett once again, bowling to Weir. Shot, punching. The fielder is there in mid-wicket. And a throw at the non-striker's end. But Brissett is there, the batsman. They go through for one. One more run to the tally. 118 for 4. For 7, pardon me. End of the 18th over. 118 for 7. So 2 more overs to go to complete the innings. Port Antonio fire. They're not necessarily burning their opponents. They're not necessarily burning themselves. They are just trotting along. $118 for 7, unofficial score. So Jolly now to bowl his 4th and final over. Roper bowled his 4th and final earlier on. the music blazing here at Swift River. Persons enjoying the music, persons enjoying the cricket, persons enjoying the aroma, the beauty that is here, the landscape beauty, and the beauty on the ground. All over. This is SDC. This is CAS. This is all about national community T20. It's a game of cricket that we love, a game of uncertainty. This is a parish final. Jolly pulling to Weir. We're trying to pulling on the next side to go through for one. Hitting the inner half of the bat, going to the square leg region. One more run on the board. 119 on the board. 119 in the 19th over. 119 for 7. So Jolly, his fourth and final over, has taken 2 for 21. Call it 2 for 22. Oh, outside the off stump. The appealing that he's gone. Well, his third wicket of the innings. Jolly has taken 3 for 22 so far. And 119 for 8. Port Antonio Fire being extinguished by the bowling of Buff Bay United. 118 for 9, or for 8, pardon me. So Jolly will be continuing from the southern end to the new batsman. And we're having a word with him though. It's not Robert Weir, his brother, Roydell Weir. Let's see now. Jolly continuing, searching for his fourth wicket. Bowling to the right hander, goes through the gate, but it was not at the house. The gate was opened, but the house was not there. Trying to drive with a new batter. I'll give you his name in a very short while. That was a brute of a delivery from Jolly. His fourth and final over. Here once again, Jolly bowling to the right-hander, short, going back, pointing the ball back to the bowler, and the throw at the non-striker's end has given Port Antonio Fire another run on the cards. So 120 for 8. On 20 for 8. 120,000 on the cards. Weir facing up to Jolly. Bowling to Weir. Oh, straying on the leg side. And it goes close to the boundary. They go through for one. They come back for the second. It slows up before it goes over the boundary. Looking for the third. So 2 wides, the 3 wides, pardon me. 123 for 8. They're in the 19th over. Here once again is Jolly. Oh, chucking him just in the left of mid-wicket. They go through for one. They're coming back for the second. And they're thinking of overthrow. They're coming back for the third. They're thinking of the fourth. So 3 runs. Overthrows involved. 126 for 8. That's Port Antonio Fire after they won the toss and elected to bat. So, beaten, going right through to the wicket keeper. And that's the end of the 19th over. 126 for 8. That's Port Antonio Fire after winning the toss and electing to bat. This is the SDC Cals National Community T20 Cricket Parish Finals between Port Antonio Fire and Buff Bay United. 1 over to go. So 1 over to go, being bowled by Brissett, the man with the experience under his belt. Ware will be facing Roydell Ware, the brother of Captain Robert. So it's removed his helmet. Ware.
The score reads 126 for 7. I mean for 8. It is
126 for 8. Oh, cutting as well. Only to find the man at point, who is deep. So 1 more run to the total. 127 on the board. For 8. Guard being taken by the batter. Brissett, short, punching in the covers. Fielder sliding across, preventing 2 as they ran through for a single. 128. 128 for 8. That's Port Antonio Fire. Brissett once again, bowling to Ware. Down the ground, trying to find a long on fielder. And just a run. And he threw it to the umpire. 129 for 8. That's Port Antonio Fire. Bowling again. It was swung on the next side between the two fielders. And they prevented it, a boundary. And they went through for 1. Tried to bisect the fielder. The man just in front of square. And man down to the deep mid-wicket region and to try to bisect both. In the meantime, 1 more run to the tally. And hit the body of Ware. They go through for 1. So 20th over on the cards. 130 for 8. Brissett will be pushing it through. Punching down. Extra cover coming across to his right. Deflected out. They go through for 1. They come back for the second. And 2 more runs to the total. 132 for 8. So 132 for 8. We'll take a break. We'll be back to give you more and the innings roundup.
Richard, pick a catch up, myself.
Justice for catch up users.
Yeah! Justice! Hey! What the problem? I'm not catch up my answer. Problem solved. Chance to be able to catch up. What follow me? Look up. Don't joke with chance to be able to catch up. Richer, thicker, and more affordable.
Jamaica's central bank digital currency is now here. Jamdex, no cash, no problem. Step into a future of ease, convenience, and security. Conduct business with your mobile device, instantly and without fees. This is how life should be with Jamdex. You catch it free. Jamdex are the real pre. Use it to buy a stove or TV. You can buy your shoes or 3-piece. Get the central bank digital currency. No cash, no problem. Jamdex, backed by the Bank of Jamaica.
The Social Development Commission leads the charge in community development. We mobilize and organize community groups. We produce high-quality community data. We empower community groups to grow their businesses. We improve the quality of life of our citizens. The Social Development Commission, building communities, building Jamaica.
Ray and Nephew, the official spirit of Jamaica 68.
As Jamaicans, something special about we different from everybody else.
We take pride in the things we do.
We know how to make something out of nothing. And about a test whip on the track.
Cause you know we are get a clean sweep.
Cause I feel we culture this.
From 1962 till now.
Jamaica 60 spirit.
Celebrate with Rero, the official spirit of Jamaica 68. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Richard, pick a catch up, myself.
Justice to catch up users.
Yeah! Justice! Hey! What the problem? I'm gonna catch up my answer. Problem solved. Can't the way to catch up. Wanna follow me? Look up. Don't joke with can't the way to catch up. Richer, thicker, and more affordable.
Don't go over there. No, but you didn't need to go over there, bro.
How you use this answer? See what? See what? Don't touch it. Which one you press?
So just looking on the innings from the Port Antonio Fire, who actually won the toss and elected to bat. And they actually went on to make 132 for 8 from their 20 overs. Now this is a final of the Portland Parish, and it's between Port Antonio Fire and Buff Bay United. Now leading the charge was the captain, Robert Weir, with 46 runs. The next best in the innings was his brother, Roy Del Weir, who was unbeaten at the end on 26. It's against Buff Bay United. But Roper, the fast bowler, it took 2 for 25, while Jolly Round 2 for 23 for 28, pardon me. Let me apologize, Johnny. Round 3 for 28. With a wicket for Carl Ball. That's 1 for 27. Also Newell grabbed 1 for 18 and Brissett 1 for 21. Those were the bowlers who were successful on the day. So 3 for Jolly. He led the bowling department. This is the Buff Bay United team. So Buff Bay, they are yet to respond. They are yet to reply in this matchup, in this game. This is all about the SDC Cars National Community T20 Cricket. This at the Swift River. It's interesting, it's intriguing. $120,000 up for grabs. Will it be Port Antonio Fire or will Buff Bay United extinguish the fire on the day? It's a final. This is what matters. Swift River coming to life on this Sunday. It's not packed, it's jam-packed here at Swift River for this final. This is going to be intriguing. Can Buff Bay United make 133 to take the title here this evening? Get ready. Put your seatbelt on because it will be a rough ride. The latter stages of this parish final.
Everybody know what with the umbrella? Name 3 advantage of Jetlex. So I got 3 advantage? Yes. There's a 10 top all I want by the umbrella. Advantages. Yes, which is it? What advantages? Where do I go? I'm not the people that go. Everybody advantages. Advantages. Where is it? 3 advantages. Advantages. Oh, we're not recording. All right, so name 3 advantage.
Next time, Celine, go get me a Heineken, man. Don't ask like that next time, man. You shocked me when you said Leon. You get Kenny. Of course, my driver.
Well, the first delivery, Henry is the opening bowler. So 134 for victory. So 133 for 8. Henry, the opening bowler. Oh, beaten outside the off stump. This delivery from Henry. Going through to the wicket keeper. Had some pace on that delivery. Henry. Tyrrell plays the ball for a single. So 3 without loss. Their own Tyrrell, the captain. We're in the first over. So Henry. Tyrrell at the non-striker's end. Well, they have a lot of work to do, though, Port Antonio Fire, if they are to defend 133. Henry, straight on the leg side. It passes the keeper, goes close into the boundary for 4. So 5 wides. So 8 runs on the board. 8 without loss. So 5 wides. Henry. Hyatt looking on. Beaten outside the off stump, Hyatt. Henry. Bowling tired shot. And just rehearsing this, the shot he thought he should have played. There's Henry once again. And swing on the leg side. Should be a wide. Good work by the wicketkeeper. Diving to his left. He did not do that, though, to be honest. Held on firmly. So one more to the total. 9 runs on the board. Unofficial score, 9 without loss. So Henry string on the leg side. So just a slip. A man at point. Cover, extra cover. Pulling, cutting beautifully to the man wide of the third man region into the boundary for an SDC 4. That was short, that was wide, and that was a SDC 4. So 13 runs on the board, 13 without loss. That's Buff Bay United. 13 without loss. At the end of the first over. They're searching for 133 runs for victory.
Remember, Chuck is blocking the old police station. We're asking you kindly to remove it. And you know, put them in that bar for change.
$133 for 8. That is a score set by Port Antonio Fab. So Renford, Bordy, the new bowler. Shot, punching the ball back down the ground, beating the man, moving across from mid-on. So Bordy bowling to Tyrrell and string on the leg side, wide signaled by umpire Patterson. So one more run to the total. The 16 without loss. Tyrrell, the captain, facing up to Bordy. Short. Trying to flick off the pads. They go through for one. And what they get, 17 without loss. We're in the second over. Sahat has taken his guard in this parish final. Buff Bay United. Bordy bowling tired, playing the ball on the offside. Bordy just shifting to his left. So 17 without loss in the second over. Bowling into the right-hander, playing the ball back down the track. The defending champions, Buff Bay United, they looked positive. Extremely positive. Bordy bowling to Hyatt once again. Pulling his Hyatt. It in the upper half of the bat. went square, and it rolls close to the boundary. Does not go in. And 2 more runs to the total. So 19 runs on the board, 19 without loss in the second over. The Bordy will be continuing. That delivery was short from Bordy. Bowling to Hyatt once again. Bordy will continue. One slip. Short third man. Back with a point. There's a extra cover. Sweep on the boundary. Mid off, mid on, mid wicket. And there's a square leg, which is deep. Here's Bordy once more to Hyatt. Short. And playing in the covers, they go through for a single. The sweeper comes involved. So 1 more run to the total. End of the second over, 20 without loss. Tyrrell and Hyatt. Opening stance, 20. Two umpires on hand, Patterson and Turner. Turner at this angle, Patterson at the other end. Henry, bowling to Hyatt. Punching down to the third man region. Out to half of the bat, 1 more run to the total to start off the third over. 21 on the board, 21 without loss. Buff Bay, the defending champions. The United team, many may say. Now their fans are here. Swift River winning that third place. Tyrrell, the captain, facing up to Henry. And that's hit hard to the mid-off fielder, who was deep, and they go through for a single. He wound up. The 22 runs on the board. Henry once again. Bowling to Hyatt, plays the ball. And a thrust for a run out. And an overthrow goes into the boundary. And it will be 5 runs. They completed 1 run. And then the throw went into the boundary for 5. So it should be 27 without loss. So 27 without loss. Here once again, Henry. Bowling to Tyrrell. Pin the ball down the ground. The man mid-on coming across. And the batsman, they've completed the single. So 28 without loss in the third over. Henry. Will be bowling to Hyatt. 28 without loss. Shot and cutting that to the third man region. There's a fielder there. And they go through for one. One is all they get. 29 without loss. They're in the third over. They're going great guns. Need 134 runs. Defending parish champions. Buff Bay United. Tyrell, the captain, plays the ball down to the mid-on fielder, and they go through for a quick single, and they complete it. So one more run to the tally. 30 without loss. At the end of over number 3, Buff Bay United, they're 30 without loss, searching for 134 runs for victory. So Henry has bowled 2 overs so far. Bordy has bowled 1. 30. So Bordy will be continuing. And the bowling to Tyrell. Who taps away at the crease. Punching down the ground. They go through for a single between mid-off and mid-on. So one more run to start off the 4th over. So 31 on the board, 31 without loss. So that's Buff Bay United searching for 134 runs for victory. So Bordy looking left, right and center. One slip, short third man, back with a point. There's a cover fielder. Mid-off, mid-on. Bowling to Hyatt. Turn the ball on the onside. Mid wicket coming in. Preventing a single. He's a sweeper there on the boundary. Not missing any action whatsoever. Bordy continuing bowling to Hyatt. Score 31 without loss in the 4th over. Hit on the pad and appeal. Half-hearted appeal though. So searching for 30. 4 runs for victory. 134 to be exact. Here, Bordy once again to Hyatt. Oh, Yorker length delivery. And Hyatt displays that in a defensive mode in the offside. No one scored. Short third man. Back with a point. Sweep on the boundary. Extra cover. Mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. There's a deep square leg. There's no fine length though. So can't afford to be straying on the leg side. Here once again is Bordy to Hyatt. Popped up. And they go through. The throw is right to the non-striker's end, a direct hit. But Hyatt was home. He was home a mile out. And one more run to the tally. 32 runs on the board in the fourth over. 32 runs on the board. Fourth over continues. Bowled by Bordy. He's second on the trot. Bowling to the captain himself, Lerone Tyrrell. So Tyrrell will be facing up. The umpire. Bordy. So the ball played on the onside to the mid-wicket region. So 32 without loss at the end of the fourth over.
The Social Development Commission is your partner in community development. Contact your SDC parish office to get the support needed to start, build, or strengthen your community organization. Be the change that you want to see in your community. Be a good SDC trooper and support the Social Development Commission. Building communities, building Jamaica.
So 32 without loss at end of the fourth over. So Henry started out proceedings for Port Antonio. So we look on Buff Bay United, the defending champions. Earl. Henry has bowled 2 overs, so 2 Bordy. Earl bowling to Hyatt. Pulling and top edge. No one is there though, but they go through for 1. Top edge. And round to the square leg region, but there's no one there. There's a man behind square and a man in the mid-wicket position. It went between both. So 1 more run to start off the 5th over. 33 without loss. So Earl, not the Duke, as we pointed out earlier on. So Earl bowling and cracking, but only to find the man in the cover cordon. That was Tyrrell going back and cracking that in the covers. So 33 on the board. Here once again is Earl. Bowling to the captain. Playing the ball past the bowler's left arm. They thought of a single. And getting that was not on any at all. So dot delivery. 33 runs on the board. Captain Terrell looking on the field. Back with a point. Sweep on the boundary. Extra cover. Mid off. There is a long on. Earl bowling to the captain. Hitting on the pads. So another dot delivery though. Phipps, who's fielding in the long on position. All applause. There's Earl once again. Bowling to Captain Terrell. Oh, swinging that down. Oh, in the cover corner. I lost sight of it though, to be honest. And the extra cover fielder doing the work. Here's Earl once again. Bowling to Terrell once again. Terrell going on the back foot and finding the man at mid-wicket. No run scored. And his team members are on their feet. On their toes, you may say. For the Port Antonio Far. End of another over. And I think, though, that just one run from this over. 33 without loss. In the fifth over.
Collection. Relive your special memories with this exclusive drum blend packaged with 14 unique individualized parish landmark labels. Collect them all and secure this once-in-a-lifetime limited edition today. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
So the music blazing in the truck. Punching down the ground, deflected somewhat. And still score stands. 33 without loss. So Port Antonio Far in the field, doing extremely well so far. The first two overs was extremely hard, facing up. Oh, full Yorker length. Hart in two minds though. Saw it left the bowler hand. Thought it was going to be a full toss, but it turned out to be a Yorker length. So once again, bowling to the right-hander. Hard shot, pulling, and one bounce into the boundary for SDC 4 in the square. So 4 more runs to the tally. Tally has moved on to now 37 without loss. A 37 without loss. That's Buff Bay United. Oh, swinging the ball in the air. Can you get some glasses, ice, and a bartender? Because it's a Ray Neville 6. What a huge hit that was over the deep mid-wicket position. It was a huge hit by Hyatt. In the bushes, in the trees, not necessarily in, but on top of the trees. That was massive by Hyatt. 6 more runs to the tally, and the tally has moved on now to 43 runs on the board without loss in the 6th over. 4 out the rear Neville. It's coming. So facing once again is Hyatt. I'll try to pull a hit on the party. Goes! The first wicket to go is Hyatt. 43 for 1. Hyatt goes. So Brody with his third over on the shot, getting his first wicket. So successful over for Brody so far. 43 for 1. He was belted for 4 and a 6 when he came back to take the wicket off Hyatt. So Buff Bay United losing their first wicket in the 6th over at 43 for 1. Boarding in his first of the match. We'll tell you who the new batter is. So Hyatt goes.
Hyatt, he's gone back to the dugout. He's gone for a whopping 25 runs. The score reads 43 for 1, chasing a total of 100.
So 43 for 1.
New batter to the crease, Kevon Ball.
So Ball, it's a new batsman, replacing Hyatt. Was adjudged a leg before of the bowling of Bordy. Bordy will be continuing. This is the new batsman Ball. They're searching for 134 runs for victory. Going into that with such ease and grace was Ball. That completes the 6th over, 43 for 1. That's Buff Bay searching for 134 runs for victory.
Individualized parish landmark labels. Collect them all and secure this once in a lifetime limited edition today. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
So Earl will continue. Be continuing. Bowling to Tyrrell. This is the 7th over being bowled. And the ball punched down to the long on fielder. They go through for 1. Off the bat of Tyrrell, the captain of the Buff Bay United team. So one more run to start off the 7th over. 44 on the board. 44 for 1. So 44 runs on the board, 44 for 1. The field showcases a short third man, a back with a point. There's a sweeper, extra cover, a mid-off, and a long on. The man behind the square. And there's a man at deep mid-wicket region. So they have surpassed 6 overs. So they can't have 2 outside, more than 2 outside the circle. Earl into the right-hander ball, going on the back foot ball, trying to punch him down the ground. Remember, there's no long off, there's a mid-off. So once he's beaten, it's a 4. I think that's where it was looking. Phipps is feeling in a long on position. Earl once again punching down the ground, finding the man at the mid-off position, and he was running in and wanted to collect and throw because ball was moving to the non-strikers and the danger end, but he was taking his sweet time though, wasn't sprinting. But if the fielder had collected and throw at the same time, it would have been problem. It's for ball. Score has moved on to now 45 for 1. Turning on the leg side, trying to bisect both fielders. They come around. Man from behind the square coming to his left. So one more run to the total. 46 on the board, 46 for 1. Coming off the bat of Tyrrell. Ball will be facing up to the bowling of Earl. So Earl operating from the southern end. Earl once again bowling to ball. Punching left hand of Earl, preventing the ball from passing and preventing a single, if they even thought of it. It was diminished right away. Earl's left hand plucked the ball from going past. So Earl once again bowling to ball. This is the Portland Parish final. Driving through that, but can't pass a man at mid-off, and they go through for 1. They went through for 1 though, for 47 for 1, 47 for 1 at the end of over 7. That is Buffet, the defending champions in the parish. Buffet United searching for 134 runs for victory. It's going to be a tight contest between the two. Tyrrell, the captain, is there with ball. High up the batsman to have gone back to the tent. So 47 for 1. So a bowling change, and the captain Weir will be brought on. So Weir has been brought on. He'll be bowling to ball. Ball looking around left and right, mid wicket, deep mid wicket. There's a man behind square, bowling to ball, and only to find the man in the cover called an extra cover. Here once again is Weir bowling to ball. Swinging the ball down the ground. Beautiful shot for Ray and Neville 6. We told you before to take out the glasses, take out the ice, and carry the bartender, because we know for sure there'll be more 6s on the cards, especially on the Ray Neville banner. 6 more runs to the total, 6 more runs to Buffet, 6 more runs off the bat of ball. The total now has moved on to now 53 for 1. We're in over number 8. So 53 for 1. So the music plays, get a background, the game continues. 53 for 1 in the 8th over. This is a dynamic performance so far. They may call it a tight contest, but Buffet, the defending champions, the United team, is serving. They want to up the ante. A very good shot by ball, straight down the ground, like a knife going through butter. It was sweet. So 53 for 1. Here's Weir once again. Ball into ball. Outside the off stump, though, looking on the umpire. A wide signaled. So 54 for 1. Looking at umpire. Look again. Weir. Oh, cutting and cutting well. The sweeper given some work to do. Diving to his right. Preventing the boundary. But one more run to the tally. Scores moved on to now 55 for 1 in the 8th over. It's a good shot there by ball. Tyrrell will be facing up to the bowling of Weir. Weir once again. Short and low. Oh, Tyrrell has to be careful. He's the captain of the Buff Bay unit. They are united, so they say. Once again, going back and punching through the covers. Oh, to the extra cover region. And it goes into the boundary for an SDC 4. That was brilliant. Brilliant by Tyrrell. An SDC 4 on the cards. 59 runs on the cards. 59 for 1 in over 8. We're punished with that short delivery. Tyrrell between extra cover and long off. Into the boundary for an SDC Ford. We're once again bowling to Tyrrell. Going back, but a wicketkeeper coming around. Can't prevent a run. The signal for it did touch something. No signal from the umpire. So 60 for 1 at the end of the 8th over. 60 for 1. $60 for 1 is the cards. So it looks like Earl will be continuing. So Earl will be continuing. And bowling to the captain. And cutting the captain. Find the man at backward point. Captain Tyrrell. So one more run to start off the 9th over. 61 on the board. 61 for 1. And Earl looking on in terms of the field. The short third man. Backward point. Extra cover. Sweep on the boundary. There's a mid-off and a long on. The man behind the square. There's also a square leg. Deep square leg. Earl once again. Bowling to ball. Oh, that was close. An appeal for leg before. They go through for 1. They're coming back for the second. And the ball did not roll into the boundary. But the batsman, went through for 2. And the signal now comes from the umpire. 2 leg byes. 63 on the board. 63. So I thought they ran 2 though, to be honest.
63 for 1.
So 63 for 1 it is. So they ran 2. So Earl. Bowling to ball. And cutting out the outer half of the bat. Short third man running in, but can't prevent the single. 64 for 1 in the 9th over. Earl will be continuing. So bowling to the right side. Swinging the ball in the air. Gone, gone, gone. And that's a huge red Nevis 6 by Captain Tyrrell. 70 for 1 in the 9th over. So 70 for 1. So in the meantime, Earl bowling to Tyrrell and swinging the ball wide of the man at long on into the boundary for SDC 4. 70 for 54 for 1 is the score in the 9th over. 74 for 1 is the score. So 74 for 1. That was a huge hit. This by Tyrrell, who means business on the day. So Earl will be continuing from the southern end and bowling to Captain Tyrrell. We saw 6, we saw 4. No, just a 1 because a long on. Oh, he's in his field. So 1 more run to the total. 75 I have for 1. In this 9th over. At the end of the 9th over. 75 for 1. So with the music blazing in the background here. We're now joined by Melanie Laws, Director of Communications at BOJ and representative of Jamdex. I know Melanie is enjoying the music. I saw her enjoying the music earlier on. But listen to me now. You enjoying the cricket?
I hardly watching the cricket, to be honest, It's just the music me depend on, you understand?
I'm not going to say nothing to that, though, to be honest. So, at the end of 9, both Bay, they're 75 for 1. But let's go back to Melanie now, because you're joining us for a short while. And you watch that delivery being played by Ball. But the thing is now, Jamdex going everywhere in our country. What you doing in Portland?
We're here to introduce Jamdex to the people of Portland. We know that the cricket is a big draw, so it's a captive audience, and we're just taking advantage of that fact to introduce Jamdex to the patrons.
For persons who don't know about Jamdex, tell us a little bit more, because don't assume that everybody knows.
No, definitely not. So Jamdex is Jamaica's central bank digital currency, so it's just the digital version of your banknotes and coins. And like the banknotes and coins, Jamdex is issued by Bank of Jamaica, and in this instance, it is also backed by Bank of Jamaica.
All right, to hear about Bank of Jamaica money, no matter about it, you know. But guess what? SDC 4 shot a while ago off the butt of Terrell, 79 for 1. We're in the 10th over of the innings and searching for 134 runs for victory. How does it work, though? Because I had a discussion last week in Westmoreland, and some persons were saying after, boy, government, as we see this hit, gone. Ren Neville is spilling all over the place. Get the glasses, get the ice, get the rum. It's right here in Portland. But you are saying many persons have this myth that when it's in now, but the dollars is going to disappear because it's going to be cashless.
There is no intention for the economy to go cashless. Cash is king. Jamdex is merely an option, just like how you have your debit card as an option and your credit card is an option. Jamdex is yet another option.
Now, what advantages does it have, though?
Jamdex is an easy access to getting cash and having cash on the go, but on your phone. So if you don't have a bank account, you can have access to funds on your phone because you don't need a bank account to get Jamdex. What you need is a digital app, wallet, which is linked at this moment. And in order to get linked, you just have to have a national ID, your TRN, and an address. And then you have access to the convenience of having money on the go on your phone. So you don't have to be walking with your wallet. You don't have to be concerned about security risks. You have the money on your phone everywhere you are, and you have your phone, you have access to it. It's also free. Phone-to-phone transfers are free, and the transfers take place within 11 seconds.
Really? It's going to be a water break now. Melanie, so it's going to be music now. But if the fact is, those are the advantages though that put forward. You can shop online as well?
Locally, yes.
Locally. I'm glad you put that out though, but locally.
Yes, you can shop on Amazon. Same way you can shop on Amazon with Jamaican banknotes and coins, you cannot shop on Amazon with Jamdex because Jamdex is Jamaican money.
Let me ask you this much though. How does someone get the Jamdex? Persons are hearing now and say, why that sound like a good thing? How many can get it though?
The first thing you need to do is to download the digital wallet, which is Link. Once you have the Link app, you can easily convert between the money that's in the Link app to Jamdex. Just follow the simple instructions that are on the app. Very simple instructions.
So once you follow the instructions, you're home free?
That is correct.
So for the older persons who would not necessarily like the phone thing or stuff like that, they can come by the office to go by the numbers to call like that, or they have to go online, or better the grandchildren help them online.
I can give you my number. It's 836-5598.
That's a popular number, man. You go again, man.
836-5598.
We're going to sing this on YouTube so they can replay it and get back that number if you don't actually get it now, though. But you cater for everyone.
Yeah, man. Jamdex is for everyone.
All right, no problem. Well, thank you. Have you been enjoying journeying across the island, though?
Well, it took me out. I took about 3 wrong turns to get here, so I'm really learning about the island. It's a beautiful location. Why are you laughing at me? I don't know about this part of Jamaica, so I'm glad to be here.
I was thinking that when I see you arrived late today, I was thinking that, hey, maybe you were touring, you enjoyed the scenery so much, so you were touring around and just checking out the scenery.
I was definitely touring, but I couldn't find the way.
And I'm helping you, not helping you. but indeed, wonderful speaking to you, Melanie. Continue doing the great work that you guys are doing, though. As you said, a new system, as you have brushed away the myth that because it would be silly to come in with new dollars now, and then all of a sudden, we don't have any dollars again.
Exactly. Why would we do that? They're going to work side by side. It's just an option. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Thank you. Well, all the fathers out there, you heard Melanie. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. So that's for Melanie Laws. This is for Director of Communication at BOJ Jamdex. We'll catch up with you again, Melanie. And I'm hoping, are you leaving when it gets dark? Because maybe you can't find your way home.
No, man, I'm leaving before dark. Definitely.
So when you're lost, you can have some time to find a way.
Yeah, man, blame it on Google. If I get lost, that's what I'm going to use to find my way home.
Blame it on who?
Google.
I can't leave you. I can't leave you, Melanie. We'll talk again.
All right, great talking to you. Thank you.
So that's Melanie Laws there from BOJ, Director of Communication.
We are calling record. Yeah, we are fireman. You know, when we record, so we move your big club. Yeah, and the person that box beside him, I don't know if it's a wish or another. Please remove that vehicle as well.
So, 85 on the board. $85 for 1. Tyrrell at the non-striker's end. Ball at the striker's end. 85 for 1. So Brown to ball. Brown, the new bowler. Brown will be bowling to ball once again. Flight to delivery. Swinging the ball down the ground. The fielder's coming across and can't take the catch. It goes for a rare and Neville 6. So 91 on the board, 91 for 1 in the 11th over. Buff Bay United searching for 134 runs for victory. Ball, swinging the ball over the man at long off. And if you look, some of the pitchers are on the field because that's where the shield, the shade is.
Our jumps, link up backstage, you see the white in that peanut jumps. Yeah, link up with the peanut jumps.
Brown to ball once again. Going back and punching, hitting the captain. Tyrrell was trying to sight out of the way, but you know that he's not good at dandy shot. He never played it when he was young. He could not skip out of the way. Could have easily split, but he failed to do that. And the batsman did not go for a single. Well, they eventually went for the single. 92 on the board, 92 for 1. Brown will be bowling to the captain Tyrrell. Slow, punching, finding the man at long on, coming off the boundary. Just one more run to the tally. So 93 on the board, 93 for 1 in the 11th over. That's Buff Bay United searching for 90 or 134 runs for victory. Brown bowling to ball. Short. Playing the ball in the cover region. But a backward point coming around though. Easy could have gone for that single because the sweeper is on the boundary. There's extra cover. I don't think Tyrrell was attentive or want to run. Flighted. Cutting again, finding the sweeper on the boundary. This time they go through for a single. So 94 for 1 over number 11. 94 for 1 indeed.
Let's go Visa prepaid card if you turn your yard and collect from a broad yard. No more lines and save the taxi fare. Tell them apply to send money to Jamaica with approved Visa direct remittance partners. And you get your money straight to your Let's Go Visa card. As you quit, it cash. Sign up online for a Let's Go Visa prepaid card and pick up in locations island-wide. Call 876-906-7473 or visit letsgo.com.
So 93 for 1 or 94 for 1. Searching for 134 runs for victory. That's Buff Bay United. Port Antonio, they won the toss and elected to bat. They scored 133 for 8 from their allotted 20 overs. Wasn't great guns at all in terms of the run rate. Well, they did put runs on the board. Something to defend. May not turn out to be enough, as last year's champions of this parish, Buff Bay, may go through as champions if they continue on the same path. But as we said before, it's a game of glorious uncertainty. So a short third man. Here's a backward point. There's a sweeper. There is an extra cover. The short third man is turned into a third man. Not short anymore. He has grown. Now the man backward of square is coming in the circle, while short third man is going out. Shot. Cutting beautifully into the boundary for SDC 4. The sweeper moving to his left, needed the shoes or to board from Usain Bolt to catch that or to stop that boundary. But cutting indeed ball for 4. 98 on the cards, 98 for 1. Shot, punching, only to bring in the long on fielder into the mix. 99 on the board, 99 for 1. And the ball played down to the long on fielder, 100 on the board, 100 for 1. Captain at the non-strikers end. You hear the horns blowing in the backdrop. Shot, punching down the ground. Now the man along on and moving across, preventing the boundary. I think that's Weir. That's the captain himself. So just one more run to the tally. 101 for 1. 134, that's what they're searching for. Going back and playing that off the pads was Captain Tyrrell. They go through for 1, just in front of square, 102 for 1. Shot, punching down the ground, long on again, coming across the captain himself. So we're one more single on the cards, 103. In the 12th over, 103 for 1. $120,000. So the song resonating with the Buff Bay supporters. Brown will be continuing from the southern end. Be bowling to Ball. Swinging on the leg side, and one bounce into the boundary for 4. A deep mid-wicket boundary, feeling the presence of Ball. 107 for 1 at the start of the 13th over. The defending champions, they're certainly putting on a show this afternoon. Brown once again bowling to ball, short and swinging on the leg side, only to find the man at mid-wicket. Mistimed effort from Ball. Eyes lit up when he saw the ball bowled short, dropped short, but played before the ball actually arrived. For delivery, ball played on the offside, and they go through for a single. 108 for 1 in the 13th over. Brown. As my good friend Terence Richards in the house. Brown bowling to the captain Terrell, punching through the covers. Extra cover could not stop it. Long off coming off the boundary. One more run to the tally. 109 on the board. Terence Richards, what you doing? What you doing here? You lost?
No, I'm just taking my usual trek around the field. When I come to these matches, I walk the field to put my ears on the ground to hear what's happening, and that this is my usual walk around today.
Oh, the ball swat down the ground. Could you get your glasses? Could you get your eyes? Could you get the bartender? Because that's a Ray and Nevia 6. Another 6 on the cards. A huge hit down the ground. And I tell you this much, it's now 115 for 1, and we are in the 13th over. We are searching for 134 runs for victory. But Terence Richards, we're seeing like we're going to get a winner here this afternoon.
Definitely. And, we always look forward to coming to Portland, and today was just an awesome day for cricket. We weren't able to get the usual reports from the other parishes. I know 9 other parishes are involved in finals today. Next week, the other 4 who didn't play their semi-finals last week will be engaged in their finals. But, all in all, I think it was a good day right across the island, but especially here where we are witnessing this match.
I want some confirmation, though, to close out the 13th over shot one. I want some confirmation in terms of the qualification for the Nationals. Now, the fact is you get 14 teams because you have 14 representation, so the winners of each group will go through. But you have 16. Where are the other 2 going to come from?
Okay, so it's actually 13 winners because we play Kingston and St. Andrew as one parish. Well, so where the other teams are coming from?
Other 3.
The parish that registers the most teams in the competition will get an additional spot. And this year, it is Manchester by virtue of registering 17 teams at the onset of the competition. Having put those 14 together, what we do, we rank all the losing finalists, the remaining losing finalists, because Manchester, of course, would not be in that. And then we take the 2 best losing finalists to make the complement of 16. We put them in 4 groups of 4, and we start the national phase on a round-robin basis with those. Then from that, we take the 2 best the 2 winning teams from each group, the 2 with the highest number of points, and they move to the quarterfinals. And at that time, we issue them with their brand new outfit, colored outfit, because from that stage to the end of the competition, we go into the white ball phase.
But enough more cricket left, man.
Definitely, we're not even halfway in the competition yet. But you see the momentum that is building up by virtue of the crowd that we have here today. And as we go along, the mushrooming of the communities coming out to support their parish team will continue to propel this competition and make it what it's always been.
Well, it was out dormant for 1 year, and then however it came back with less teams, and then this team started building again. You see it getting bigger next year?
Definitely. I mean, every year we look forward to growth in terms of number of teams and strength of teams, and we know that next year will be no less.
How have you liked the quality? Because you were umpire back in the day. So them say, I don't know how good you were, but how do you like the teams though in terms of quality of play?
Well, we always have good quality players. We are pleased with this, and we know that JCA they look at these players. And as you mentioned about umpiring, I've been an umpire since I was 18. I've I'm actually the treasurer for the Jamaica Cricket Umpires Association for the past 20 years. And come next week, when we attend the West Indies Umpires Convention in Grand Cayman, it is I'll most likely be the secretary for that organization as well. So although I'm not actively on the field in terms of administration, I'm right there with it, and I keep myself abreast of all the umpiring standards that goes on.
So your Mali was a good friend then? Mali was the president of the umpires.
Right. Malcolm was the president of Jamaica. It is now Mr. Athol Hamilton. Mali will be traveling to the convention in Grand Cayman as well, and he's actually the assistant secretary treasurer for the West Indies Umpires Association. So
Mali, step up, man. Now, one more thing I want to ask though, as this match winds down, is that one thing we have been journeying to. I've been a part of the SDC for a couple of years, but one thing I've noticed this year, I've been journeying to respective venues where not necessarily the venues that are used every year. As we watch this, gone. Now, can you bring out the glass? Can you bring out the ice? Can you bring out the bartender? That's another round, every 6 of the cards. The defending champions, they're on their way to another victory. But you have to answer this question, though. For this matchup, and for this year, the grounds are selected. I mean, they're very good venues. However, not necessarily popular venues that everyone knows.
Right, but what we do now, we study what is happening in the environment, and although we try to expose players to the best facilities in each parish, we also are cognizant of the fact that the communities want the cricket. And, from what you're seeing here today, it is just an indication of how this community gives support. And I'm very happy that our parish manager selected this ground because it's a beautiful outfield. The stands is not as big as we would want to accommodate everybody. The parking is not as good as we would want to, but I think it is the best facility in the parish at this time.
Yeah, the wicket is good, the grass is good, the outfield is good. I think you're correct, though. I think you're absolutely correct. It's one of the best one I've seen in Portland.
Definitely, because the major grounds, we have one in Buff Bay that is kind of small. We have the Folly Oval in Port Antonio. It is under development because the surface is not good and they're working. But this is a very, very good outfield and pitch. And all we need to do is to improve on the areas around it to accommodate more people. As you could see today, people are all around, and we're grateful for the support.
Terrence, we'll catch up with you again, but I know we're so in the scene again very soon. Very soon.
Yes, because we start the national phase on July 2. Yeah. So you will be seeing me again on the 9th of July at Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium. No, they will be going to Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium on the 2nd. Yeah. So the following week you'll see me because I will be off on the 2nd.
Okay. Well, when you're traveling, when you're hot, you're hot. Terrence, we're going to leave you.
Thank you for having me.
So it's gone. SDC 4 on the cards. So the Buff Bay United team are on their way to victory. So 130 on the cards. Oh, Tyrrell punching through the covers. They're searching for 134 for victory. That is the Buff Bay United team on their way to victory. 130 on the board. And he goes. No, just for a single. He has reached his half century though, Tyrrell. So there's 2 more to get, or 3 more to get. 131, searching for 134. Shot, punching through the covers, and the man sweeper is there. 132 on the board. 2 more runs to get for the Buff Bay team. Captain Tyrrell has reached his half century. And Tyrrell squeezing it down for a single. So 1 more run to get. The scores are tied. Buff Bay United, with everyone standing inside of the ground here at Swift River. The Swift River spectators on their feet. $120,000 going their way. Where bowling into the pads, playing back down the ground. That's it. That is a winning run. That should be the winning run. That is a winning run. And now the spectators are running on the field, winning by 9 wickets. Buffalo United, this over Port Antonio. The fire extinguished, and the captain carrying them home on the cards. Buffalo United are champions once again of the parish of Portland, winning by 9 wickets, 134 for 1.
Step forward now for presentation to the third place finisher, third place winner. They will receive 30,000 Jamaican dollars. Swift River and report now for presentation. Yes, and make sure that you're properly attired. Make sure you are properly attired. This presentation will be made by Mr. Ramon Baker, Community Development Officer. He works within this program. Yes, the whole River area. Hope me. Right about now, ladies and gentlemen, Ramon Baker. He's presenting the third place check. Yes. Envelope. $30,000 to the captain of Swift River team. Ladies and gentlemen, can you give him a big round of applause? Round and round of applause. Yes, they need that. They need well. Swift River, the home team. Let's hear it for Swift River. Thank you, Mr. Baker. Yes, indeed. Finisher, third place winner. Field supervisor, Mr. David. Promissory envelope to second place winner, Port Antonio Fire. Let's hear it for Port Antonio Fire. We need the champion.
Ready? Still on? Still on? All right, skip up quickly though, because before we click our broadcast, are you going up though? Let me ask you, Captain Tyrell, how are you feeling about the victory this afternoon?
I'm very elated. I'm very happy, but staying focused at the same time, because I know what we can do, and we set a plan and we execute it accordingly.
What was the plan though? They scored 133 on the board.
The plan was just teamwork and execution.
Oh, come on, not that easy. It's so easy.
Easy as that. Well, basically we work on our discipline. So if you are disciplined, you will be able to set a plan and execute it properly. So that's the reason why I give you those words. Yeah.
You were worried at any point in time when you started the innings, you started with Hyatt?
No, man, we are going, as according to plan, we were there to just take the singles. Limited over. Singles are very important. Yeah, I was play straight, keep everything on the carpet because the wicket was playing low. So we capitalize on the singles and doubles.
And not keeping you long though, to be honest, not keeping you much longer than this though. But the fact of the matter is, you came into the final as favourites. They may say you were the defending champions. You never had any worry at all going up against this team that you beat last year in the final.
Well, actually, you see, when you're a champion, you have to get fear out of it. And you have to have a plan to win. And as I said, if you don't have a plan, you cannot win. You can't win. So as I said, we work with the plan. We execute accordingly. Yeah? And we are going forward.
How far do you think you can go this year?
All the way to the finals.
You went what, quarterfinals last year?
Yes. Yes, we are going to the finals. The national finals, it is.
Do you think you have the artillery to do it this year?
Well, as I said, I wouldn't think. I would just train hard enough because we know what it takes to accelerate out there. So we're going to work on those points. I won't establish that here on the media like others know our plan, but look out for it. It's coming.
Congratulations on the victory. Congratulations. How will you be celebrating this evening? You have pocketed $120,000.
Well, we'll be having a few soft drinks, yeah, laughters.
A few what?
Soft drinks.
I would not even comment on that. Laughters and what?
Hugs, kisses.
Oh, Lord. So a loving afternoon.
Just love, happiness.
Are your father?
Yes, man. Father, I have two.
Happy Father's Day to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations on the victory.
And thank you very much, sir.
All right. And Skipper himself.
SDC, can we get a rousing round of
a skipper himself. That's Mr. Laurent Tyrrell of Buff Bay United, winning by 9 wickets over Portland 25. Portland 25 started the day strong, you may say, though, and scoring 133 for 8 after winning the toss and electing to bat. Many persons thought that was enough, but there was no way enough against a team that won this competition last year. Buff Bay United coming through a 50 from the captain himself, Laurent Tyrrell, and 46 from Baugh, who assisted well. Started with a 43 opening stand with Hyatt, and then the duo carried them home to the pinnacle in the 15th over, to the promised land, to the land of what you may say trees and coffee, to the land of Portland. They are the champions of this parish, cruising through. Champions in 2022 and again champions in 2023. We celebrate with Buff Bay United on the cards. Yeah, show them now. Oh, yeah, you turn the camera to them.
Champion teams for 2023 in Portland, and they will move on to the national phase of the competition. But remember that 50% of all the cash prizes that were issued today, yes, 50% of that cash prize must go towards a community project within your respective community. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Carol Ivy presenting to Laurent Tyrrell, captain of the Buff Bay team. Let us hear it for
I hear phone on your charger. I hear phone now. I hear phone on charge. Oh, pick up the next breaking phone. Pick up the next breaking phone. Let the next breaking phone in that charge. Okay.
Sean, you can get some charge.
No, mommy. Yeah, I can.